Om Sahanavavatu Sahanau Bhunaktu Saha Viryam Karavavahai Tejasvinavadhitamastu ma Vidvishavahai. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Om Sadashivasamarambham Shankaracharya Madhyamam Asmadacharya Paryantam Vande Guru Paramparam. Om Narmadayai Namo Pratah Narmadayai Namo Nishi Namaste Narmade Devi Trahi Mam Bhavasagarat Adau Brahmanda Khande Tribhuvana Vivare Kalpada Sakumari Madhyane Shuddhare Vavahati Suranadi Veda Kanthopakanthaihi Shri Kanthe Kanyarupa Lalita Shivajata Shankari Brahma Shantihi सा देवी वेदगंगा ऋषिकुलतरिणी नर्मदा मां पुनातु Hari Om, celebrations to all. So, welcome back to the Narmada Parikrama Satsangs. As we have been seeing various aspects on this tartat that I have been walking on, now we had seen up to the place where we met one Swami Komalananda. I'm going to continue from there. He had done this whole parikrama by walk, not parikrama. It's done by Ram Sita Vangaman path. That entire path he had done by walk. So I had met him in one beautiful Shiva mandir there. So till that we had done. I will continue further. Here. So one thing I learned on this parikrama was that we have so many festivals, and some of the festivals we don't even know. So I'm going to start today's satsang from that. Two, two Deepawalis we celebrate, but in the villages they celebrate three. See here. Sound you are able to hear? The video is there sound. You can reply in the chat. No? You are having, some people are having, some people are not having. How come? Not my sound. I am saying the video sound. Not my sound. This video that I am playing, video I am sharing, you are able to see the video? Sound of the video? Not hear the video. Okay. I don't know why. Some technical challenges are coming one by one. Now, Still not hearing. You are able to hear now the video sound. You're not able to hear the sound at all. How come? On YouTube, they are hearing, I'm hearing here. You are not able to hear alone. Oh, very weird. We are going to exit and come back into this meeting. Now, when here, are you able to hear this video sound? No. Arey, what is happening? Yeah, you can hear me. That mic is very clear. I don't know why video is not coming. On YouTube, are you able to hear the video sound? Sure. Okay. All right, doesn't matter. So we will do without the, but that too, some of the audio we can't do without. Just give me still one more minute. Sorry for this. I don't still understand why this is happening. Check now. You can hear now the video. Sorry, audio. Okay, finally. Thank you. Okay, sorry for this. I don't know what was the technical issue, but anyway. So here you see this is one very nice place in Kheri Ghat in Madhya Pradesh, where they were celebrating the third Deepavali. So see this. So that was at Khedi Ghat. I happened to be there on that day. Nag Deepavali was there. So Devatas and others, they celebrate this Nag Deepavali, and in Shiva temples and various other places, where even everywhere on the Narmada Parikrama, that one thing I saw was that many places Nag Devata is worshipped. And so there are lots of temples of Nag Devata. And so that in the villages they celebrate the third Deepavali. And how interesting it is that after the parikrama got over, I celebrated the fourth Deepavali, which is what Modi ji said, that we celebrate 22nd January as the Deepavali day, because Bhagwan Ram came back after more than almost 500 years of the struggle. So this was very nice. I was not aware of it. Uh, then we reached one place called Chavan Rishi's ashram. This is deep inside the forest somewhere. Now today you will see us a few aspects about the forest part of the journey. From Chavan Rishi's ashram it begins. So after this Nageshwar Mandir is over, then we went. Here in Nageshwar Mandir where I was staying, there one person also, the host there, he said that sometimes the Parikrama Vasis, there are people who are out to cheat people. They are there. So one person was accompanying one lady from in one particular part of her parikrama, and she was trusting him. And suddenly, one morning in that place in Nageshwar Mandir where we were staying, this fellow ran away with some 20,000 rupees of hers and left his bag and everything. He just took away the money and he just went. She was devastated. She was wondering what happened and why did this happen. She had kept that money for whatever reasons. Generally, Parikramawasis don't keep that much money at all. See, there are different things. Some people say that Narmada ji only took it away. She has to do the parikrama without money and all that. There are enough people who will say all these things. So it does not mean that if you keep some money with you, something untoward will happen. All that. I'm sharing because these are myths which are there on the parikrama. It is not that if you take the money and go, then something wrong will happen, or Mother Narmada will ensure that somehow you don't have money at all. All this you will hear on the parikrama if you go, and lots of parikrama vasis keep telling some or the other stories. I am telling you my personal experience. I had money. I kept, as I told you earlier, kept some minimum also because, and I want to give to people. Whatever I have also is given by Bhagwan, by Mother Narmada only. And we're utilizing it for the people, because on the way you will see so many people who are such from humble backgrounds, they don't have enough for themselves. So keep giving dawn, keep doing. So it is not that you cannot go with the money at all. So that was one incident that happened in that Nageshwar Mandir, and they were telling me, and so people started imagining that this is Narmada ji is doing, and you should not have money and all that. Okay, so then from there we went to this ashram, Chavan Rishi's ashram. Is the path, so the road through that, there are some, there's a proper concrete road also which is there, and then you take a particular diversion inside and then go. That is a, even that concrete road passes through the forests only, the mountains. We're going through the mountains, but vehicles and all can go there, so one has that route. And there are two possibilities. There is an option where you can avoid Chavan Rishi's ashram and go straight to Kundi, or you go to Chavan Rishi's ashram. Some Parikramavasis stay there one night and next day they go to Kundi. Kundi is some 15 kilometers, 18 kilometers from Chavan Rishi's ashram. So, okay, we went by afternoon, reached this Chavan Rishi's ashram. So, Chavan Rishi, who is Chavan Rishi? This Chavan Prash that people eat, he is the Rishi. He was born to Bhrigu Rishi, and he was weak at certain point in his life. He had become quite weak, and his Ashwini Kumars made this Chavan Prash and fed him, and he became rejuvenated, and he learned from them. And there are many other stories connected with him. Great devotee of Bhagwan Shiva. So there is a Chavaneshwar Shiva Mandir there. So we went there. Let's see here. From here we continue. This is Chavandri Ashram, Siddha Ashram it is called. There is Kacha road which is there, which will lead. It's quite inside. 1.5, 2 kilometers inside it is. So one goes in. There are sadhus, mahatmas who are living there. So this is the Chavan Ashram, Udasin Siddha Chavan Ashram, Mahodari Dham. So beautifully they have made it there. This is the temple there inside. Chavaneshwar Shiva, very beautiful, powerful Shivalinga there. I sat there, did some japa for some time. This is the mood they have made just like a depiction of Chavan Rishi. Chavan Rishi had married the daughter of Vaivasvat, the daughter of Manu, Vaivasvat Manu. So here the sadhus who were there, we were having bhiksha, so they live like this. And Parikramawasis also stay there, the humble setting there. It's quite inside actually. But the sadhus, they live there. They do their sadhana. So one sadhu, I was asking, you are living so much inside, and they have jali everywhere in the ashram. The entire ashram has jalis. Like you saw even this room here. All this, you see, this is all jali. Even the door will have jali. Everything is jali, closed. So I asked why. One thing is, yes, there are monkeys and all that, but also there are those leopards, panthers, all those in the forest, and they have a goshala also. So I was asking them that do animals come even up to here? They said, हाँ वो आ जाते हैं साल में 8-10 गाय तो उठा के ऐसे ही ले जाते हैं. And very casually he was saying. I said, how do you all stay here? He said, हाँ हम तो रहते हैं भगवान के भरोसे हम रहते हैं और भगवान रक्षा करते हैं. और गाय को जब he said, when you take the cattle for grazing out, sometimes the cattle also strays away. Sometimes the animals are very hungry, then they land up in the ashram, they take some calf or something away and they go. So amidst all that, he's staying there. They were staying there. So we had lunch, rested for some time. Then we proceeded. So a few Parikrama two, three of us, and we left. We have to cross 15 kilometers or so and reach the next village, Kundi. That is a jungle mark proper. So when we were going to leave, we saw that they are feeding it on one full bag. If you see that there's one white bag they have, full bag is filled with kurkure, and they are feeding that to the monkeys. Hundreds of them. They have landed up there. So many. So on one hand, they don't want monkeys to disturb them in the ashram, but on the other hand, they will ensure that they feed the monkeys also. This is the proper jungle route now. It goes inside. Alone. If you see this, actually there is one sadhu who was walking alone ahead. So three of us we left, and then this sadhu was much ahead. He knew that they had told us if you go on the main way, main road, and then you go a little further, and then on left will come. You have to go. That is the jungle route. You will pass through the jungle. It will take you a few hours, and then you cross. One gentleman who was with me, he said, "Nahi, nahi, ye rasta nahi hai," and he was in doubt because there were other two Parikrama Vasis who decided we don't want to come at all. They went back. They went to Omkareshwar from there. Doesn't matter now. Let us go. This is the route only, and there is no other. If you go that side, we will not reach Kundi. We will go to some other place. So meanwhile, this one sadhu, he went ahead, very fearlessly walking. No fear in his mind at all. This was one very nice thing. When I met him, you will see this. A little bit ahead, you will see the person also. Yeah, he was happily walking and going. He no fear, absolutely detached. Must he just walks and goes aram se in the forest. And that too after you listen, he is that person. Initially, he didn't tell me his name. He said Bhagat Ram. He doesn't tell his name to people generally. If he feels that, okay, we can have good satsang with this person, then he will say his actual name is Bholenath. He is also devotee of Shiva. So listen to him. नर्मदे हर भगत राम जी है हमारे साथ. हम जा रहे हैं चवन आश्रम से कुंडी वन के मार्ग से 12 किलोमीटर मैया का नाम लेके चल रहे हैं. नर्मदे हर, नर्मदे हर. तुलसियानंद जी भी हैं हमारे साथ. This Tulsianand ji, he was the one who was having doubt. Should we go? Should we not go? Should we go that side? Should we go this side? And he is doing the whole parikrama barefoot. You will see ahead. No, completely barefoot. He has some lots of cracks in his foot, but he has that bhav that no, parikrama has to be done barefoot, so I will do barefoot only. Very difficult it is to do barefoot. I started the first phase of parikrama barefoot. In 2 days, I had to stop because we are walking on tar road. There is heat. There is small stones that will prick you. There's glass. There's so many things. But he is doing barefoot, full parikrama. So he is Tulsianand. नर्मदे हर, नर्मदे हर. पास क्या है? ले जाएगी. हमें कुछ है ही नहीं. See, now he is talking this Bholenath. He is talking about detachment. Listen to him. What is there with us? Who will take away what? एक शरीर है, वो भी नश्वर है. हाँ. तो कभी ना कभी तो नष्ट होने वाला है. सही है. तो इधर ब्रह्मा जी ने जहाँ लिखा है वही है नष्ट होगा. सही है. इससे पहले थोड़ी नष्ट हो जाएगा. बराबर. तो चलते रहो. ये वन्य प्राणी है, वो भी अपने रास्ते चलते, वो भी हमसे डरते हैं. ऐसे नहीं कि हम इससे डरते हैं, वो भी हमसे डरते. बराबर. हाँ, अभी हमें पैरों की आवाज़ वो सुन लेंगे तो दूर भाग जाएगी. अच्छा. हाँ, तो मैं इसको गंध आ जाती, मनुष्य आ जाए. हाँ, वो भी डरते हैं. जो भूखे भेड़िए हो गए वो ही हमको परेशान करेंगे. हाँ, जैसे हमारे में गलत आदमी होते हैं, वही उसी में भी ऐसे होते हैं.
सही है, बस वही सच्चाई है और कुछ सच्चाई नहीं। हम तो हिमालय अकेले कर रहे थे। अरे वाह। हाँ, हम मुनि में इसकी यात्रा पे गए थे, तब भी अकेले थे। सब जगह अकेले जाते, ना कोई मिल जाए तो बस वही साथीदार। अभी देखो आप मेरे साथीदार हो गए, ये महाराज थे 2 दिन से, बस इसमें साथी क्या ढूंढना। हमारे को तो मैया की परिक्रमा करने आए हैं। हाँ, कोई जोड़ीदार साथीदार बनाने तो नहीं आए हैं। सही बात है ना। तो अपने हिसाब से जो सही है वही करो। भी हमारा
See that how nice it is. No? He was so clear. He was walking alone. So I was asking him because all that Mahatma Ji said, everybody heard. So he said, don't go alone and all that. And he happily was walking alone. So I said, how did you go alone inside? That Mahatma Ji told us, no? So he said, Ammar, what is there to lose? All that what he said. A very detached person he is. So nice to meet him. And he has some knowledge. He's searching for actually some guru. He has traveled on the in the Himalayan ranges alone. All this by walk only. He's actually a driver who left his family. He was quite rich driver in the sense he had a driving agency. He himself drives also, but he had a lot of cars and all that. And Junagadh he stays. He left all that, and he's become a wandering monk in search of guru who can bless him with knowledge. And he has tested a few people and he understood they are not appropriate, though some of them may be big people, some of them may be whoever. And he met somebody who he felt was a really evolved person, but that person told him, tum jao, कर्म करो. So he was wondering कि क्या बोला उन्होंने, कर्म करो, what karma I have to do. So he has been thinking, and we had more satsang on karma yoga and all that. And nicely how he said, ki I have come on this not to make friends and all that. I am come to do parikrama, very clear. If somebody is there with me, we walk for some time. Otherwise, I am out to do my parikrama. My focus remains on Narmada. Now, one question I asked him that why are you doing this parikrama? He said that ओम नर्मदा जी की कृपा हो गई, मुझे किसी ने बुलाया, किसी ने महात्मा ने बोला कि आप शिव जी के भक्त हैं तो आप नर्मदा परिक्रमा नहीं कर रहे हैं, वो तो पहले करनी चाहिए. So he has started. Now see his bhav when he says that what motivates him on this parikrama. One more beautiful point he says, you see.
सेवा करे, कोई मदद करे तो सारा पुण्य फल उसको मिले, और हमको तो बस इस जीवन परिपूर्ण हो जाए और कुछ नहीं चाहिए. राम जी, दर्शन करने के लिए तो ऋषि मुनियों ने कितनी तपस्या की, वो भी नहीं कर पाएंगे तो हम कहाँ कर पाएंगे.
So he's saying that whatever punya I get on this parikrama, whoever is serving us, whoever is giving us food, whoever is taking care of us, so many people on the way, no? He said, may all the punya go to them. I don't want any punya. I just want life to be fulfilled. I want knowledge. Bas. Very simple, pure-hearted person. And I said, Narmada Parikrama mein, so he asked me, why are you doing Parikrama? I said, I want darshan of Narmada ji and I want devotion to Lord Shiva, and I said a few things. So then he's saying he's feeling that darshan to abhi बड़े बड़े महात्मा लोगों को नहीं मिला तो हमको कहाँ मिलने वाला है. He feels that वो हमारी capability नहीं है, जब होगी तब मिल जाएगा. That way.
वो मैया की इच्छा रहेगी, वही मैया की इच्छा होगी तो कृपा करेंगे, कराएंगे. वही बात है, तपोभूमि में कितने ऋषि मुनियों ने हिमालय में तपस्या कर रहे हैं, वो भी अभी तक दर्शन नहीं कर पाए. तो हम मैया की परिक्रमा में देखो ऐसे ही थोड़ी, हाँ हो जाए दर्शन, पर जैसे 12 साल करते हैं ना, 12 साल तक मैया के किनारे पे जो करते हैं परिदृश्य, 12 साल करते हैं. हाँ 12 साल. वो तो जो लिखा है उसमें 3 साल 3 महीना 13 दिन साधुओं के लिए. तो 12 साल किसके लिए? ये 12 साल मैया की जो अखंड साधु किनारे पे ही रहना चाहता है. हाँ, वो 12 साल इस तट आएंगे, फिर इस तट से वापस अमरकंड जाएंगे. हाँ, फिर वो दक्षिण तट पे जाएंगे, उस तट से वापस अमरकंड जाएंगे. ऐसे 12 जलहारी परिक्रमा. हाँ हाँ हाँ, ऐसे 12 साल करेंगे तो उसको दर्शन मिलता है, ऐसा सुना है हमने. हाँ, कि उसको दर्शन मिलता है, चमत्कार. वो पर लुप्त हो जाते हैं, वो फिर महात्मा मिलते नहीं है. हाँ वही तो.
See, so he's talking about Jalhari Parikrama actually, where what people do from wherever they start, They will go to the banks of Narmada Ji where she meets the ocean, where that place they will go. They will again come back to Amarkantak, again walk down from Amarkantak, go back to this place where Narmada Ji goes to the ocean. They will not cross the ocean. Again, they will walk back to Amarkantak and go back to the place where they started. That is called Jalhari Parikrama. Hanumanji had done that. They also call there's I think there's Hanumat Parikrama also. So different different sadhaks do different types of parikrama of Narmada Ji. And very interesting it is. You see how the grace factor plays. So he is saying about those sadhus who do for 12 years. There is one belief in our in the sadhus that if you do mantra japa continuously for 12 years or any sadhana intensely for 12 years, you become siddha. 12 साल में साधु सिद्ध हो जाता है. That is one idea that is prevalent in the sadhu samaj. So many places on the parikrama I heard many sadhus saying that. So he is talking about those who are living on the banks of Narmada Ji doing parikrama for 12 years, and he says wo to lupt ho jate. Now you see something very strange, mystical he speaks. He is from Junagadh. There is a temple there. And he talks about the sadhus who come there and how they become lupta. You see that.
हाँ, तो फिर 12 साल बाद आप देखोगे कि ये साधु कहाँ मिलेंगे, नहीं नहीं लुप्त हो जाते. सही है. कहाँ चले जाते हैं किसी को पता ही नहीं चलता. ऐसे ही ये सब तपस्वी ऐसे ही है. हाँ, हमने तो देखा है हमारे वहाँ गुजरात में वो शिवरात्रि आती है. हाँ, शिवरात्रि के मेले में ऐसा होता है, बड़े बड़े महात्मा आते हैं ना, तो वहाँ सूर्य कुंड है. उस कुंड में स्नान करने 150 से 200 साधु जाते हैं. कहाँ पर है ये सूर्य कुंड? ये जूनागढ़. जूनागढ़. हाँ, जूनागढ़ में. तो उसमें से तो 20-30 साधु तो आते ही नहीं वापस. अच्छा. हाँ, आप गिनती कर लेना कि इतने गए हैं 150 के अंदर. उसमें से 110 या 20 ही वापस आते हैं. अच्छा. बाकी खोजने जाते हैं सब, तो भी नहीं मिलते, लुप्त हो जाते. अच्छा. क्योंकि उसकी साधना पूरी हो गई है, उसकी तपस्या पूरी हो गई है. गुरुदत्त वहाँ तपस्या कर रहे थे, तो गुरुदत्त ने अपने पास बुला लेते हैं, बोलते हैं कोई शिव लोग जाएंगे, कोई ब्रह्म लोग जाएंगे, अपने अपने लोक में ले जाते हैं. तो उसका शरीर तो मिलना चाहिए ना, तो शरीर भी नहीं मिलता. बताओ वो क्या है. हमने देखा है खुद अपनी आंखों से. हाँ, तब से हम ऐसे ही देखो भ्रमण करते रहते हैं, जंगल झाड़ियाँ जहाँ भी मिले, कोई नहीं करता. अब कम मिलेगी ऐसे, बहुत कम. तो हम तो घूमते ही रहते बस, जहाँ मन किया वहाँ भ्रमण कर दिए.
So, see, that is such a mystical thing. He says that some of the sadhus, when they come there to Junagadh, they take bath in that Surya Kund and they just disappear. In the Kund, they disappear. Their bodies are also not not found. And he says he has personally seen all that. But the point is that that is the prabhav that is there and of sadhana. And he has had some difficult experiences also in life, he was saying, and he left all this and he became a wandering monk. But he travels alone like this. So, this whole journey passing through this forest, in some areas it was dense. So, it is not easy actually to go through this. And I was observing that when people have told us all this, that there are animals and they take away this, whatever, those calves and the cows and some of the dogs and puppies and all that, then after that you are hearing all this. After hearing all this, then you are walking into this forest. So there will be some biological fears, always will be there. But then when satsang happens, when you are walking with that fearlessness, with detachment, whatever happens will happen. You take Mother Narmada's name and you keep walking. And this is, you see this Tulsi Anandji, he is walking barefoot. So in between we found this Khodiyar Mata's one small mandir, Hanumanji's mandir, is there right in the forest in between, and two sides those villages which are there, villagers come now and then, they have do some puja there and they have set up this small mandir there. This is the Hanumanji and Khodiyar Mata Mandir. Then we reach Kundi. By night we reach Kundi. In between, one gentleman, so there were two more Parikramawasis coming behind us. So though in them, one of them actually got, he fainted in the forest, in the middle of the forest, he fainted. So then there was only one person, his companion has fainted. Now what to do? We were walking much ahead, but see the way things happen. He doesn't know anybody in this forest or in the villages. He is sitting there thinking, praying to Narmada ji that how will I, revive him. He tried to put some water and all that, but that didn't help. And that person was actually quite elderly. That time, some villager passes by. He calls up somebody in the nearby village. That person comes with a motorbike and he takes this gentleman on the bike. This is the place where we all were staying up in the night. This is the Sarpanch's house in Kundi. The new house is getting built, so under construction. So then finally we came. So we saw when one bike went, suddenly we said, in this dense jungle, how did this bike come here? Then he said that one person, one Parikramavasi has fainted, so we have to take him. So they took him, they brought him here. Then he recuperated. Next day he was better. And doctor came and all that. So these things also happen on the Parikrama. Then we came to this beautiful river. There are lots of rivers which one has to cross. Another very nice one. Some of these rivers one has to cross barefoot, plus shoes and all that will completely become wet. So these stones which are there, I'm showing here just so that whoever is, if you go to for the Parikrama, you have to be careful with all these. Because there are many stones. You see the stones will either have moss sometimes or they will be very sharp. So one has to walk very slowly, otherwise one may slip, or these stones which are very sharp, they will poke. The biggest challenge on Narmada Parikrama for a Parikrama Vasi is the feet should be protected. If you get any hurt on the feet, entire Parikrama becomes very difficult. In the first phase, I had all that challenges. The blisters will be there, and then the boils are there, and then they will burst, and you can't walk also properly, and it will pain. Luckily, Narmada Ji's grace, this time nothing happened. Whole Parikrama went nicely. And so one passes through this. Slowly one has to walk. One has to feel with the legs. You can't lift the leg fully and put again. So slowly push the leg, feel it, and then put the feet there so that there are no sharp stones that will hit you. Now, interesting thing is, previous day we spoke about Jalhari Parikrama. Next day itself, as we were walking, so there's some more forest. So once you clear this, you come to Kundi. Again, after Kundi, you get into some forests. So Sitavan and all that. So when you go into that, then what happens? We were walking. Now only two of us were there. Me and that Bholenath, two of us were there. We are walking. Two people are coming from the opposite side who are Parikrama-vasis. So we thought that what happened? Why are they coming back? Did we lose our way or something? Or is there no, road further and that are we supposed to retrace and go somewhere else? But actually there were two people who are doing Jalhari Parikrama. You see that, listen.
ये जलहरी परिक्रमा के बारे में ये हनुमान जी महाराज ने की हाँ जी
Hanuman ji had done it, so that's why they also call it Jalhari Parikrama. He had started that tradition. तो आप कहाँ से शुरू करते हैं?
हमने ये जैसे नरसिंहपुर से।
तो नरसिंहपुर से आप रेवा सागर तक जाके आए,
जी
वापस अमरकंटक,
जी जी
और अमरकंटक से अभी मीठी तराई तक जाएंगे,
जी जी जी
और फिर वापस रेवा सागर जाएंगे।
जी
अच्छा,
जी।
कितना समय लग जाएगा आपको?
अब ये नहीं बता सका, तभी तो यह पूर्णिमा हती।
हाँ,
ये पूर्णिमा से उठाई है परिक्रमा सब चल रहे पैदल ही चल रहे।
See that he doesn't tell you English date. I was telling earlier satsang that they don't use English calendar and English date. They will say Purnima, Chaturthi, Panchami, Shukla Paksha, Magh Mas, Vaishakh Mas. Like that only they will talk. Very nice. नरसिंहपुर तो इस तरफ के नरसिंहपुर
हाँ,
से
इस
उठाई।
तरीके से।
हाँ,
हनुमान जी महाराज है मंदिर, बड़ा मंदिर बना है उसी के पास में से।
अच्छा।
उन्हीं से प्रभु से अनुमति ले।
आपकी क्या प्रेरणा है जलहरी परिक्रमा करने की?
हमें तो ये प्रेरणा कोई ऊँची प्रेरणा नहीं है भगवान, सब जनता ही की प्रेरणा है कि हमारी जनता खुशी रहे।
हाँ,
अपन तो सबके लिए मांगने निकले हैं महाराज, अपने लिए कुछ नहीं चाहिए।
वाह, बहुत ही सुंदर।
उन प्रभु से यही मांग रहे हैं, हमारी जनता के लाने, भाई दुखी है तो उसको सुखी करो, इतना ही मांग रहे हैं प्रभु, हमें और कुछ नहीं चाहिए।
वाह वाह वाह, धन्य है।
नर्मदा
See, this is his bhav. He doesn't want anything for himself. He is doing only for the well-being of the whole world. That if anybody is in sorrow, Bhagwan, you please help him out and let everybody be happy. He is doing it only for that. Can you imagine? There are people who are doing parikrama for their evolution, for getting some desire fulfilled, or for some material benefit, or any such sankalp they have. This person's sankalpa is well-being of everybody. As you saw that Bholenath, his sankalpa is he is doing because he is a bhakta of Shivji. He wants some guru and he wants some knowledge, but he doesn't want punya and all. He's not hankering even for the punya. Such nice people we meet sadhaks on the way. That is one of the reasons why I love this Narmada Parikrama. What all types of people we meet, and we don't even think that there are possibilities of meeting such people. Dandavat Parikrama I showed you. This is Jalhari Parikrama. When I was preparing for Narmada Satsang, Narmada Parikrama, I had done some research and I had come to know there are all these different types of parikramas. Khanda Parikrama, Akhanda Parikrama, this Dandavat Parikrama, Jalhari Parikrama, all these. But I didn't expect that I will meet people who are doing it. And see this whole, in the entire Parikrama, this was the only phase. In the jungle, I met these two people. They were coming back and they are doing that. So they will obviously go reverse. We are going upwards, so they will be going that way because they are going towards Reva Sagar. In Jalhari Parikrama alone, Narmada ji can also be on your left side. In the regular Parikrama, Narmada ji will always be on your right side only. So that you see what are they, who are they? From such humble backgrounds they come. आपका नाम क्या बाबा जी?
हमारा नाम राजकुमार है।
अच्छा अच्छा,
गोरी दांत माता पे रहती है।
अच्छा, बहुत ही बढ़िया
स्थान है।
आपका?
माता से भी
हमारा दुर्ग सिंह।
दुर्ग सिंह जी।
जी
अच्छा अच्छा, आप दोनों ने साथ में उठाई?
जी।
वाह वाह, बहुत अच्छे। नर्मदे हर।
ये तो सब पूछ रहे भगवान कहाँ जा रहे, उल्टी जा रहे।
नहीं, हमको लगा कि कोई रास्ता दूसरा है क्या?
रास्ता के
वापस कहीं रास्ता और है,
बोलने पड़ा तो बताने पड़ा,
हम इसलिए बता रहे हैं।
See that kamandal that he's having, no? It's made up of that coconut shell. That's the kamandal which he's having, in which they carry water. He's having one trishul in his hand.
हम भी इधर जा रहे, आप उधर से इधर आ रहे हो। ये जहरीली परिक्रमा
माँ के बालक आप भी हो और हम भी है यार प्रभु, है
बात सही है।
आप थोड़ी तो तनक दादाजी की अपन कर लो।
Narmade. Now we are going into Lakkad Court. See this. This is Lakkad Court jungle. Passing through this now. After Bavadi Kheda. 21. No, from here, Jayanti Mata Mandir is 5 kilometers. And then there is 21 kilometers of jungle to reach the next village, that is Pamakhedi. Actually, when I was shooting this, as I finished this, I just stopped because I saw one animal going there, one wild animal straight. I don't know what it was. It was little far away from in that place in the jhadi there. So I stopped for a second. If you let the animals pass, they will not do anything to you. They will just go. So one animal just went by. So in this entry part of it, I was alone. Then later on, these two joined, Bholenath and then another Parikramavasi. Then they also joined. Initial part. So each one of us, we get up and do our puja. Each one walks at their own time. We don't. Nobody says unless people have come in a group. So I was alone. This Bholenath is alone. So those of us who do alone, we prefer to walk alone only. Sometimes people come on the way, then we do some satsang and keep going, but otherwise walk alone. One very unique sight I saw, you see that in this forest only. See this. So many cows are there. Just think about it. Not a single cow is moving. Not a single cow is grazing. Not a single cow is making too much noise. They all are just standing. Look at that. They're just standing. That's very strange sight actually. Nothing they are doing. They're just standing. Some of them may do little bit movement, a small kid, but all the cows are just standing there. And all in one direction. I mean, not exactly in one direction, but they all have come together and they're just standing. There is no cow herd nearby. Nobody. They are just there in this forest. Very unique. See. In the forest, one thing which one has to be careful is the water bodies, because these water bodies are where these animals may keep coming. Through the day also they may come. Night, so definitely they come. And so when one passes by the water bodies, one has to be alert. There may be some animal. So if one carefully watches and goes, it is not a problem. One can, because they also watch you, you also watch them. If they do nothing, I mean you do nothing, they will not bother you.
वो भी गलती होगी, उसके पिताजी उसको मारे, उसको कल
Another beautiful, this all in the forest, Lakkad forest. See, people have made lot of, earlier the Lakkad forest used to be very dangerous. And also there were not enough signboards and all that, and people would get lost actually, and they would not find their way out. It would take some 1 or 2 days for them to figure out how to go out, and if some people come, then they help them out. Sometimes the wild animals, because night and all, if you have to spend in forest, not so easy. So sometimes they get attacked also. So Lakkad forest was quite a bit of a difficult part to cross in the earlier days. Now it is not so difficult. There are few challenges only, but and now the road also has been marked nicely. They put jhandis and also I've taken that shots also, so that people don't have to be scared. Otherwise, because of the earlier rumors and all that, people are scared of going through the Lakkad Jhadi. And so here, this is a beautiful river and nice. You see the bridge they have made with cane and bamboo and all that. Very nice bridge. You know, I had to reach back by 15th or so to reach Amarkantak by 15th or so. So we had some particular number of kilometers to cover, but otherwise one would have sat down here nicely, done some meditation. Beautiful place this is. I love, one of the most scenic places I've seen is this. Very peaceful, simple river, but very nice vibrations there in the forest.
पानी को देखो,
So this is the Jayanti Mata Mandir which will come. So once you cover 5 kilometers, you reach there, Jayanti Mata Mandir. From there it is, I think, 17 kilometers to reach the place of stay. But if you have to reach Pamakhedi village, that is, I think, 21. So we had left early in the morning to come to Jayanti Mata by around 10:30, so that we can have lunch there. And then next, after that, you have to cover 21 and you have to clear the forest by latest 4:35. Should not hang around in the forest after that in the evening because the wild animals come out. So, but a very nice big mandir has been created. Earlier it was a very small shrine. If you do the research in the internet, you will find people have put up Jayanti Mata Mandir and some people have put up lakkad experiences also. So now there's very nice, beautiful mandir and nice murti of mother is there in that. This is the temple actually, Jayanti Mata Mandir. Bhagavatam shloka, famous one. Jayati Mangalakari, Bhadrakali Kapalini. That's the shloka. This is the mandir. The villagers have a lot of faith in her. She is one of aspect of Mother Kali only. Bhadrakali Kapalini. Such a nice big ant hill you see there.
वो देख कितने कितने बड़े बगीचे आ रहे हैं भोलेनाथ बैठे हुए कौन के अंदर
See that Parikrama she was witnessing. Bholenath बैठे होंगे अंदर. Their bhav is like that.
है ना सही समाधि कौन है के अंदर लगे वो मट्टी चढ़ गई
Samadhi पे लग गए मट्टी चढ़ गई. See, these are villagers, huh? Those who are talking all this. They are coming with us, walking. He is doing Parikrama. He was again simpleton. He was wanting to serve in one ashram. He was taking care of the cows and all that, and then he has come on this parikrama, and then he wants to go back and take diksha from that guru and commit himself to this life of sadhu.
कोई अपन जान रहा है तो भगवान जी बैठे
So this Lakkad jungle now it is little more easy. So sometimes some vehicles also come and go. See that.
एक वहाँ पर है देखो उधर भी
आगे भी देख के चलो
हाँ
We cross and we come to this Pamakhedi. Just outside Pamakhedi, this place where we finally stay. So 17 kilometers. Yeah, we walked and reached properly in time. But it was a relief because last 5 kilometers is not accessible by the road. And so it is little steep and jungles and all that which comes. And there are quite a few water bodies also. And 17 kilometers of jungle is not so easy to cross. It was a different experience, but one sigh of relief that we didn't have to wait back in the jungle for any reason. And we cleared it, came here, and these are two big Parnakutis which are there, and we stayed there. And when we reached there, they are telling us, so there is no bathroom here at all. You have to go outside only. So they told, देखो भाई आप अपने आप हो, you are on your own. Please remember that there are wild animals. ये जंगली जानवर सब आते हैं रात को इधर सब बाहर आ जाते हैं तो कभी कभी तेंदुआ आएगा कभी कोई भालू आएगा होगा तो अभी बाहर जाओगे तो ध्यान रखना मीन यू टेक केयर इफ यू गो आउट ensure that you go out not very early in the morning or late in the night. And if you go with one more person with you, you take two people go. So all that. So they will warn you. And these people all stay like this only. That is, we are going there one day, we stay there one night and we leave. But there are people who live like that only. And just like that, they are saying all these animals, they keep coming. So you be alert. That's all. So I was asking them that what is this logic that in the daytime when we are going, they are not attacking us. They may even see us. Actually, one of the drivers, he saw the young one of a, what do you call that, a cub, the small cub of I think a leopard. He saw, and he was telling us, yeah, I saw. So I was asking them the logic. What is this? They in the daytime they are not attacking, but in the night, if they find us, they will attack us. So he said, but night is their time, and they are out to get food. Daytime, many of them sleep, or many of them hide, because they are also scared of human being and all that. So each one has their theories. Here you see, I finished this lakkad coat, came out. Next day morning, we were walking again alone, walking in the daytime. It's just early morning, about 6:37 only it is. We are walking, and there are a few wolves who want to cross because the road is passing through the jungle. There is a river nearby, and there is a road passing through the jungle, and this pack of wolves, they want to cross. But they saw me from far. They are so alert. They saw from far, and they are in attacking position. They are waiting and watching if this man, because I have a stick. The stick is what provokes some of them. So they are all in attacking position, waiting there, far away behind a tree. So I saw they were there. So I didn't do anything, just kept walking. If you stop, then again they are in doubt. Now you have stopped, so you will do something to them. So they come into more provocative mode. So you just keep walking. So quietly took out the phone. I wanted to capture some, but obviously now I'm walking and I was panting also. So my phone was not in a proper, hand was not in a proper steady shape. And steady hand was not there to capture properly. But they saw me walking and going. So I'm going closer. They are standing there. I'm going closer, closer, closer. So since I'm walking straight, they said, okay, better not to attack him or something. They would have thought whatever they thought. They withdrew. Went inside the jungle. And then I crossed, went away that side, turned and saw they crossed very fast. So I just captured a little bit. So you'll see one wolf going back into the jungle. Turned back, you see one of the will be there. One killer is going back.
This is that Mandaleshwar, just before Nemawar,
This is Narmada
on the
Nemawar,
Uttar Tat.
Angleshwar. It's a beautiful river, so vast. This is a very nice Shiva Mandir at Nemawar. Nemawar is supposed to be the Nabhi Sthan. So Narmada ji, as though is lying flat, the whole track of Narmada ji, as though she is sleeping, and the feet are in the ocean. Nabhi Sthan, the navel, is this Nemawar, and then this what you call, the head is at Amarkantak, the source is Amarkantak. So that is the Kalpana people have. So Nabhistan is very important. And there, this beautiful Mandir of Shivji is there, very ancient one. Very exquisite carvings are there on that. Many places I saw Narmada Parikrama, this Parshuramji's Murti will be there, and lots of worshippers are there of Bhagwan Parshuram. And I didn't know earlier, but like how I found that Sita Arti, same way Parshuramji's Arti also is very nice. So in Shiva Mandir, this Parshuramji's Murti is also there. So this is a Parshuramji's Arti, very nice one. Now see this. The reservoir, backwaters, Narmada ji only. The river meeting Narmada ji.
This is Downy River meeting Narmada ji.
If you just sit on the banks of this, so many places in Narmada ji, you will find it is so vast. So much of air. so fresh there, and you will see fields on the left side, mountains on the left side. Some of the places we pass through is this, green fields you will see, and sunset. Amazing it looks. It's a very nice place. Sunset was happening, and we were reaching one place of stay again, a Shiva Mandir only. These are places where we just stand, watch, see the Nadi, how still she is, and the reflection is so clean and clear, and you have a sunset, green fields. Mind becomes so tranquil and goes into one meditative state only, just looking at this. Like this, you find so many. So that is what we miss when we come back to the city. Not that city doesn't have, you will see in city also the nature is there. We've seen nature in different ways, but this out around the banks of Narmada is something exquisite. See, this is one Shiva temple which is getting rebuilt. Now see how they have protected the Garbhagriha. They are so careful of the murti. So the murti has not been moved from there because it is thapit, it is been fixed. No? So it is not as, so there are two types of lingas. One is called Thavar Linga, one is called Jangam Linga. So Jangam Linga is what you can carry with you. It moves. But so it's like the Utsav Murti type. So this Thavar Linga is what has been fixed. And what has been fixed, if Pran Pratishtha etc. is done there, then it doesn't, you can't move it. So here the Pran Pratishtha was done and the whole temple is getting rebuilt, renovated and all that, but the sanctum, the main murti, nothing. So it's as it is. So all construction is happening around Bhagwan, but they give everything. So because Pratishtha has been done, so morning they will wake him up, they give him food, clothes, everything. See how they protect. This is the bhav they have. This is Avli Ghat. Again, Narmada Ji. Our interesting thing is that side you see the Shivji who is there. In the earlier phase when we were doing Dakshin Tat, on the Shivratri, we were here on Avli Ghat. Now this time on this side when I came, we shot this, and day after tomorrow is Shivratri. And we are, again I'm remembering Bhagwan Shiva in this form of Shivji here. Very nice. So sat there on this Avli Ghat, remembering that part of the Parikrama. So that is one thing that keeps happening sometimes on the Parikrama, where when you cross one ghat and you come on the other side, you keep seeing on the opposite side and you keep remembering, oh, this place I had been, this experience I had, this is what I did. All that memories also will come and one feels happy that much one has covered already. So this is Avli Ghat, a very nice place. See how vast he is. Narmada is there also. So in Avli Ghat on Shivratri, they have this Mela and whole night bhajans happen. In the first phase when I did, that's what we saw. For a whole night they did the bhajan, their cultural competitions and thousands of villagers. Shivratri is a huge thing. So many thousands of villagers were there. Annadan is happening, bhajans are going on, Abhishek is going on, people are having competitions there, and bhakti of the people is tremendous. So when we do the parikrama, that is what we benefit from. When we see the devotion amongst people, the only way to cultivate devotion is be with the devotees. Of course, Bhagwan's grace, devotion arises in our heart, but being in company of devotees, and especially those who are very established firmly in devotion, So even Bhagwan Ram says that Prathama Bhagati Santana Kara Sangha. The first step in Navada Bhakti, the first form of Bhakti is Sant Sangha. Have company of saints and sages, and of course bhaktas. In Bhagavatam it is said even Bhagwan runs behind those devotees who are his Ananya Bhaktas. And if you want devotion to arise, you should do more and more satsang with the devotees, because they already have bhakti for Bhagwan, and that will touch your heart, and bhakti will arise in your heart also, or deepen in your heart. So I was remembering that this Avli Ghat, there was such a nice Shivratri that I spent there. Then walking to this place called Holipura, a very interesting thing happened. So Holipura we had to reach, and there is a highway route and there is a route through the village. Now this highway route is quite long. It will be some 15-18 kilometers to walk and go, but that is highway. So it's just a proper road. You can just keep walking and you'll reach. Then there's a village route. You pass through the villages, and there will be one nadi which will come. You have to cross that nadi. I forgot the name of the nadi, but you have to cross. So I was asking the villagers, how do you cross that? Water is, how deep is the water? Because evening time, it was already like 5 o'clock, and it will become dark in another half an hour, 45 minutes. So they said water will be there up to your knees. I said, up to the knees, water is there, okay, one can cross. So went. As I was going, somebody is saying, नहीं नहीं आप वहां से मत जाओ, ये बहुत मुश्किल होगा आपके लिए, आप हाईवे से जाओ. So again I went to that other side when I was going for the highway. There somebody saying, अरे आप बाबा जी भूल के इधर क्यों आ गए, वो तो बहुत लंबा पड़ेगा आपको, कोई दिक्कत नहीं, आप चले जाओ, आप नदी पार कर पाओगे. So again I went that side, because evening now 15-17 kilometers, where do you cover? And if people are saying you can cross, so then might as well go. So went up, and it is on a top. Satadhara is the place. The place is called Satadhara, where this river meets Narmada. There is a Sangam there. You have to cross the river. You should not cross Narmada, cross the river. So went into the fields, and from the top I can see the river, but there is no place where you can go down. And where do you cross the river? And there are only fields which I am seeing there. So came back. There are the 3-4 Parikrama who are walking behind me. They also came. We came to one particular temple there, and stayed that night there. No electricity is there, nothing is there. It was a Purnima night, that also. Beautiful. Narmadaji water is shining on the Purnima night. But that mandir is still under construction. There is no light, there is no food provision, nothing there. I mean, there's nobody there to give food. But we put on our torches and we saw that there are some, whatever, those grains, rice, dal, those things are there. They are just kept there, because Parikramasis can cook by themselves. So we waited there. That night we had a campfire there, and nearby are all the fields. So in the night, what happens is this small creature, these foxes and some other creatures, they all come out and they are hooting away. We lit our fire there.
हाँ हाँ आ रहे हैं. क्या मैया ने आज रात को यहाँ पे रुकवा दिया. वाह. गांव वाले भी मजे बहुत अच्छे हैं, कमाल के लोग हैं. हम जाके उनको पूछ सकते हैं ना, वो तो कुछ दे देंगे ना खाने के लिए, कुछ ना देते हैं. हाँ.
I was telling them, let us go and we will ask Bhiksha, and they will give us some food. We will have Bhiksha and sleep. But finally they decided they don't want, and so they started cooking. They found out this rice and dal is there. So they found, and then we started cooking. That night, slept in that small temple there. Very nice experience on Purnima night to be on the banks of Narmada Ji like that. Very good. See, early morning then. This is the Satadhara Nadi which is mixing with Narmada Ji. Look at the mist in that. Cold water, absolutely chill water it was. The sight was most amazing to see all this. The mist is flowing on the river, and then the river is meeting Narmada Ji, and Narmada Ji flows very beautifully there. That night, previous night, na, one gentleman came there. This is all Satadhara. This is a river and this Satadhara, and that is Narmada Ji coming from that side. Coming from here, that is Narmada Ji. This is that river. So that gentleman came previous night and we told them we are here and can you please ask villagers to do something and help us with some light. So he said, okay, I will try. So he went and finally some one bulb or something he was able to manage. Some little light was there. But why he had come there? He had come there because he's telling Mother Narmada. He comes every day there. He says, Maya, mujhe parikrama ke liye bulao. Mujhe karni hai. He's praying to her that please make the situations conducive. I want to do your parikrama. See, that is the bhav that people have. He said, I really want to do your parikrama. You please make that happen for me. Every day he comes, every evening he comes there. So he came, he helped us out a bit. Now this river we had to cross. See, when such a river is there, no, then one doesn't know. There are alligators, crocodiles, all that which are there. So one doesn't know sometimes whether they are there, where they are, no idea. And because these 3-4 parikramawasis were also there, then together we figured out the best route where we can go. So found out some place which goes down and then found this route out of it. Still the water is muddy, you don't know, but have Shraddha in Bhagavan and you just go. Jo hoga to hoga aur kya hoga.
आ जाओ एकदम धीरे धीरे आने का.
So as I said, we all leave at our own time. So these Parikramawasis, they finished their puja fatafat and they left. So I was walking down alone, but luckily they were on the other side. So then they guided saying, okay, now you get down from here and you come. Otherwise one has to do it on one's own.
कोई दिक्कत नहीं, जान लो गिल्ला हुआ ना तो कोई दिक्कत नहीं, सूख जाएगा. हाँ, थोड़ी ये बाजू हो जाओ, थोड़ी ये बाजू, थोड़ा ऊंचाई. नहीं नहीं, ये बाजू इधर. हाँ हाँ, थोड़ी.
So because he has come now, he is able to tell because in one place the water level is quite high. So he says you come on the other side.
थोड़ी सीधा आने का. आ जाओ आ जाओ.
Nice experiences all these were.
निकल गए धीरे धीरे. बस 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 बस.
Now see, this is one cart that one sannyasini or a sadhvi actually, not a sannyasini, a sadhvi who is taking with her. There is a dog in the front, there is a calf behind, there is a parrot inside in that place, and she is dragging that cart. And you see, she is a sadhvi who is doing Dandavat Parikrama. Now she will keep the cart in place. She will walk back and start a Dandavat Parikrama. See, she's walking back. Last time I showed you Mahesh, Sadhu Mahesh, who was there from Gujarat. This is one lady.
आपका कोई विशेष संकल्प है, आप कर रहे हैं परिक्रमा दंडवत?
परिक्रमा, ये परिक्रमा होने के बाद आश्रम बनाना है और परिक्रमावासी को भोजन खिलाना है.
See that? Why is she doing the parikrama? Her sankalpa is Mother Narmada should bless her to get to build an ashram and serve the parikramavasi. Bhojan खिलाना है. That is her sankalp.
अच्छा, ये आपका संकल्प है.
ये संकल्प.
तो पूरी परिक्रमा आप ऐसे दंडवत करेंगे?
हाँ.
वापस बांद्रा भान तक पूरा?
बांद्राभान।
She had started from Badrabhan. Sorry, she had started from Omkareshwar, done some part of the parikrama, and for some reason her parikrama became khandit. She didn't tell the reason, nor did I probe too much, but she said my parikrama became khandit. So now I have started again from Bandrabhan. Just imagine, even if you do a few days of parikrama at Dandavat, is not so easy. She started, did it, and parikrama became khandit for some reason. So she left that. Again, she started new from Bandrabhan, and she has come up to here. You see that.
कितना समय लग जाएगा आपको?
अब ये तो मैं संकल्प लेती नहीं, क्यों
She has not decided how many years she will finish it in, because she says that I don't want to bind myself with that.
कि संकल्प लिए पूरा होने देते नहीं लोग, इसलिए हम संकल्प नहीं लिया। और जितने दिन में हुए करना है। और बांद्राभान से परिक्रमा उठाई तो बांद्राभान आना ही पड़ेगा।
बराबर। दिन में आप कितना कवर कर लेते हैं?
दिन में 2-3 किलोमीटर।
2-3?
2-3 kilometers, and the whole parikrama is at least some, about 1500 and so 3300 kilometers minimum. Imagine how many days, 2-3 kilometers a day. In that Chaturmas and all, one can't do, one will stay in one place and do sadhana. That time in rainy season, one doesn't do. But see the sankalp of the people.
किलोमीटर। आपका शुभ नाम?
दंडवत परिक्रमा वासी माता जी।
See, she doesn't even tell the name. She said Dandavat Parikrama Vasi Mataji. That's all.
माता जी।
I was asking her, can I help you in some way? She said, I was wearing this scarf, An interesting thing is, for many days I was wearing this, what you call, that muffler type, not muffler, there's a head cap, which covers your ears. So you will see my photographs, it will be like that. The head cap is covering ears and there's a topi on that. Now that day, that day morning, I had washed that. It was in my bag and I put a scarf. First time on the parikrama, I put on this scarf. And here, I asked her, what can I do for you? Can I do help in some ways? She asking me, I want that scarf. Gave it to her. They're so happy.
बराबर उल्टा हो गया। मिल गई जगह तो दूध जगह तो अमरकंटक में अगर मिल जाए तो अमरकंटक में अभी बना लेंगे। अगर यह परिक्रमा में अमरकंटक में मिल गई जगह,
Her idea is in Amarkantak, she wants to build that ashram, very specific.
तो दूधधार के पास
Near Dudhara. Dudhara is a very beautiful place. When we come to that, I will tell you the importance of it. She wants to build the ashram there.
हमारी इच्छा है बनाने की। दूधधारे
माँ आपकी इच्छा पूरी करे, परिक्रमा आपकी अच्छे से
क्योंकि
पूरी
ये
हो।
आने वाला चतुर्मास दूधधार के पास आश्रम बना के वहाँ चतुर्मास काटने की इच्छा है।
Her goal is also to reach Amarkantak. My goal was also to reach Amarkantak. I had to reach Amarkantak, and she wants to reach. She will do by Dandavat and go and reach by before this Chaturmas starts. She must be on her way. Even now, she must be doing parikrama. So, see, these are people whom we meet on the way and see their tapasya and get inspired. I will end with this very nice picture you see.
धन्यवाद।
See them. So when people were asking, can ladies do? So there are many ladies who do. And look at this village woman. The entire bag, everything is on her head, and happily with two hands free, she is walking. Such balance she has.
12
As we covered Bara, I'm telling that other lady who is with me, who is walking with me, saying that okay, 12 we have covered, we have 3 more to go.
अभी 3 किलोमीटर और।
Okay, so for today I'm going to stop here. We'll continue on 10th. Anybody has any questions, you are welcome to ask. Okay. Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Hari Om.